Adam Jacobs, and with me is my mom, Tammy. We'll be your MCs tonight. Thank you for joining us at our concert. Thank you to the Grand Forks Community Doukhobor Choir who started us off tonight. We will be hearing from them again later in the evening. Let's give them a big hand.
For many of us, these words, happy days, bring back memories of the hit TV show of the same name, which in turn brings back memories of the late 1950s and early 1960s, of poodle skirts and ponytails, of hot rod cars and drive-in movies, of Elvis Presley and Peggy Sue, and of a time that was seemingly more innocent and fun. In the Doukhobor community, it was a golden age, especially of the youth. The Adela were thriving. There were many choirs and activities, including get-togethers with lots of singing. We've asked our performers to keep this theme in mind when preparing for tonight's program and include something that reminds them of those happy days. Each year, we are very fortunate that our friends from the other side of the Blueberry Paulson graciously agreed to participate in our talent night here in Grand Forks. We are especially grateful for this gesture, given that the weather and road conditions at this time of year can be quite tricky. First on our program, and appearing for the very first time ever at our Grand Forks Talent Night, are the Glade Beavers, who have traveled from Glade to join us tonight. Please give them a warm Grand Forks welcome.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's my honor and privilege to introduce you to the Glade Beavers Choir, Wateronskia Blueberry. I'll give you a brief history history of how we came to be. In the fall of 1909, a large tract of land on the east side of the Kootenay River was purchased by Peter Lord Vergen for a Doukhobor settlement. In 1911, work parties from Udashenia were sent to Glade to construct a ferry, a sawmill, and 2 community villages. In the spring of 1912, workmen from Saskatchewan arrived to clear the land and construct 9 more villages. By the fall of 1912, approximately 1,200 Doukhobor people settled in Glade. The communal life had a flour mill, a linseed press for oil, a clover press for seeds, and a packing house. A planer mill was added to the sawmill. Acres of vegetables, fruit, and grain were planted, and the fruit was transported to Brillion to the jam factory. When the ferry wasn't running, which was usually during high water, people used their own personal rowboats to get across. The river used to freeze over, which meant the community residents could skate and play hockey on it. People could sit on the riverbanks to watch them play hockey, and in the mid-1950s, the Glade community formed a hockey team that was called the Glade Beavers. Teams from all over the Kootenays came to play in Glade, including the Nelson Junior Maple Leafs, Trail Junior Smoke Eaters, and the Roslyn Warriors. An outdoor arena was constructed in the area where the Glade Cook Shack resides today, if any of you know where that is. And in 1959, power even came to Glade, along with telephone party lines. Glade now has roughly 100 homes with 300 people residing in the community, with roughly half being of Doukhobor heritage. The forming of this choir was the idea of Sarge Stralive, and after a few calls, the choir was a reality. Practices were underway with excitement to reacquaint and revive the old Glade team spirit, and thus the name Glade Beavers. Since I'm probably the only one without a thick Russian accent, I'm not an original Glade Beaver, but just an adopted son. Everybody else behind me is what you could call a Glade Beaver. But everyone, including me, are truly from Glade. Our first selection, Мы стране далеко, забывает Фред Шестовину.
Мы в стране с надеждою чудесной
present a great signature song that my dad, John Denisov, was known for singing. With Dad's and George Haddicke's perfect pitch voices in lead, Pete Posnicker's bass voice, which was lower than the floor, that's why he was so short all the time, followed by Pete's Strelive's tenor voice that peeled paint off the ceilings, joined by the rest of the friends, made the old dome vibrate with their enthusiasm and excitement. We will now honor them and for your pleasure, present a pesne ni parole pantulei.
I made an error in my introduction. I'm not the only adopted son. I see John Berrigan here joining us, so Johnny's also adopted.
We're an imported beaver.
Our third and final number, Slavna More, provides Serge Strelak.
Slavnaya moria, Deja Священный Байкал, славный мой парус, кафтан лиловатый, эй, Барузин, пошаделивый вал, слышны луч бури раскаты, эй, Барузин, пошаделивый вал, слышны луч бури раскаты.
This concludes our presentation, which goes to prove you can take the people out of Glade, but you can't take Glade out of the people. We hope you enjoyed our presentation as much as we did presenting it. Thank you, enjoy the rest of the evening, and God bless you.
Thank you very much, gentlemen, for a great performance. We hope you will make this trip to Grand Forks for our Talent Night and annual event.
We are delighted to have with us Ida Velko. Ida has come over from Castlegar for tonight's program. She is originally from Russia and brings with her those expressive musical stylings that are so unique to Russian singers. Ida is a popular performer at various events as well as a recording artist. If you've never heard Ida sing before, you are in for a wonderful treat. Those of you who have heard her sing will definitely agree. Please welcome Ida Relkov.
Добрый вечер, Grand Forks. Я опять с вами. Я очень рада быть здесь. I'm so happy to be here again. And those happy days, 1960s. Always dream live in 60s. Always. I don't know why. Maybe seeing pictures of my parents and seeing them so happy, and it was so simple life but happy. 1963, imagine, somewhere in Russia, of course, in a small town, young, beautiful woman, 18 years old, after hard work, let's say on a farm, milking cow, sitting beside the open window, dreaming about love. Под окном черемуха колышется, распуская лепестки свои. За рекой знакомый голос слышится, и поют всю ночку соловьи. За рекой young and beautiful lady on a Saturday night deciding she wanted to go see her friends at the disco dance. And it's 1963, a new song came out. Жил-да-был черный кот за углом, и кота ненавидел весь дом. Только песня совсем не о том, как не ладили люди с котом. Говорят, не повезет, если черный кот дорогу перейдет, а пока наоборот, на-на-на-на-на-на-на, только черному коту и не везет. Целый день во дворе суета, прогоняют с дороги кота, только песня совсем не о том, как охотился двор за котом. Говорят, не повезет, если черный кот дорогу перейдет, а пока наоборот, на-на-на-на-на-на-на, только черному коту и не везет. Даже с кошкой своей за версту приходилось встречаться коту, только песня совсем не о том, как мурлыкала кошка с котом. Говорят, не повезет, если черный кот дорогу перейдет, а пока наоборот, на-на-на-на-на-на-на, только черному коту и не везет, только черному коту и не везет, только черному коту и не везет, на-на-на-на-на. It's hot. It's hot. Whew. I would like to sing a song that my parents were singing. I don't know if I have enough breath. And I was singing. Well, I'll read it if I can't sing. Если вы, нахмурясь, выйдете из дома, если вам не в радость солнечный денек, пусть вам улыбнется, как своей знакомой, с вами вовсе незнакомый встречный паренек, и улыбка без сомнения вдруг коснется ваших глаз, и хорошее настроение не покинет больше вас. Если вас с любимым вдруг поссорил случай, часто те, кто любят, ссорятся зазря. Вы в глаза любимой посмотрите лучше, лучше всяких слов порою взгляды говорят, и улыбка без сомнения вдруг коснется ваших глаз, и хорошее настроение не покинет больше вас. Если кто-то другом был в несчастье брошен, и поступок этот в сердце вам проник, помните, как много есть людей хороших, их у нас гораздо больше. Помните,
so much, Ira, for joining us tonight. As always, your singing gives us so much joy.
Tonight, we are joined by a trio of gentlemen, also from the Kootenai area. Alex Adamanenko, Nick Plotnikov, and Derek Kay performed as a trio for the first time at our Grand Forks Talent Night last year and were a big hit. We are very pleased that they are joining us again this year. Please help us welcome our guests from the Kootenays, Alex, Nick, and Derek.
Добрый вечер. You're probably wondering, after you hear this first song, why we're wearing Ukrainian shirts, but just don't go away, you'll see. Since it's 60s time, we think this is 60s, but if it's not, let's pretend it is. Riding along in my automobile, my baby beside me by the wheel. I stole a kiss to turn of a mile. My curiosity's running wild. With different radio, with no particular place to go. Riding along my automobile, I was anxious to tell her how I feel. Night in the year, she leaned and whispered in my ear. Cuddle more and drive slow, with no particular place to go. Hey, Chuck, take it away. That's Chuck Berry. No particular place to go, so we parked down in the golden bowl. The night was young, the moon was gold, so we decided to take a stroll. Can you imagine how I felt when I couldn't fasten her safety belt? Woo! That's Chuck on the accordion. Yeah! Riding along my calaboose, trying to get that seatbelt loose. All the way home I held a grudge against that seatbelt that wouldn't budge. Cruising, playing the radio, with no particular place to go. Cruising, playing the radio, with no particular place to go. Yeah! You didn't know we resurrected Chuck Berry on the accordion and the guitar, did you? So, we heard it was a 60s night, and so we thought we better do a Beatles song. So we got Derek, who's gonna do us a Beatles song. Yeah.
Well, she was just 17, if you know what I mean. And the way she looked was way beyond compare. So how could I dance with another? Ooh, when I saw her standing there. Well, she looked at me, and I could see that before too long I'd fall in love with her.
Поэтому у нас украинские сорочки, рубашки. It's usually faster, but we do it slow. Ти признайся мені, звідки в тебе чар. Я без тебе в зимні, у полоні печалі, може десь у лісах ти черзів шукав, сонцю роту знайшла. Thank you. So we'll change the pace again to finish off. And this little secret, don't tell anybody, this is not a song of the 60s, it's a song of the 50s. But we will go out and we won't tell anybody. Well, that'll be the day when you say goodbye. That'll be the day when you make me cry. You said you're gonna leave, you know it's a lie. That'll be the day when I die. When you gave me all your love again, turtle dove and all your kisses and money too. You know you love me, baby. Then you tell me, baby, that's someday that I'll be. Well, that'll be the day when you say goodbye. That'll be the day when you make me cry. You say you're gonna leave, you know it's a lie. That'll be the day when I die. Well, that'll be the day you say goodbye. That'll be the day when you make me cry. You said you're gonna leave, you know it's a lie. That'll be the day when I die. Well, you can short the story short at your heart. And if we ever part and I leave you, you said you told me and you told me boldly that someday that I'll be through. Well, that'll be the day when you say goodbye. That'll be the day you make me cry. You say you're gonna leave, you know it's a lie. That'll be the day when I court you. Well, that'll be the day you say goodbye. That'll be the day you make me cry. You say you're gonna leave, you know it's a lie. That'll be the day when I die. Woo! Spasibo, my force. Thank you.
Thank you so much, gentlemen, for your wonderful performance. And thanks once again for joining us tonight. Safe travels on your way back to the Kootenays.
While we're waiting for the Grand Forks Duke of War Community Choir to assemble on stage, we thought we would share some interesting and fun facts about those happy days in the late 1950s and early 1960s, and maybe do some comparison to some things today. For example, did you know that in 1954 there were 1 million TV sets in Canada? Today, there are 14.5 million TV households. That's over 90% of all households. In fact, today the average house has 7 screens if you add up all the TVs, computers, tablets, and cell phones.
Wow, that's a lot of screens.
Back then, only about 2/3 of houses had a phone. Not only that, many of those phones were on a party line.
A party line?
That's when several households shared one phone line. When the phone rang, you had to listen to the ring pattern to find out if the call was for you or for one of your neighbors. And if you wanted to call out, you'd pick up the phone and find out if someone was already on the line. If they were, you'd have to wait until they were finished. Now, in most families, each family member has his or her own phone.
So, Mom...
No. Here's another interesting fact. Back in those days, there was no air conditioning.
Oh, that's not cool.
No, it wasn't. A cup of coffee was 10 cents.
And today?
In some places, you can pay almost $3 for a plain cup of coffee and up to $16 for a fancy one.
Good thing I don't drink coffee. You'd have to give me more allowance. Maybe I should start drinking coffee so I could get more allowance.
You know, back in those happy days, a kid would get grounded for a few days for being a smart aleck. That hasn't changed. Please welcome the Grand Forks Community Doukhobor Choir. Hello? The stinging nettle. A poor young woman marries into a family with money, and then hears no end of disparaging remarks and insults from her mother-in-law. Based on a poem by Ivan Sudikov, this song became popular with Doukhobor choirs in the late 50s and early 60s. Tonight, it is performed by the ladies of the Grand Forks Community Doukhobor Choir, led by Beth Novokshnev. Krapievushka.
Что не жгучий я, крапивушка, в огороде гнется, колется, и зажгла мое сердце бедное. Свекор матушка попреками, и зажгла мое сердце бедное. Свекор матушка попреками, как нашего сына, если держа две коробушки, а тебя то взяли бедную, ой, бедную, что голую, а тебя то взяли бедную, ой, бедную, что голую, что не шаг выговор, ругание, попреки бедностью, всегда точно силою навязалась на шею горе мыкая, точно силою навязалась на шею горе мыкая. А дитя такого горького поневоле очи восплачутся, потемнеет личка белая, точно ноченька осенняя, потемнеет личка белая, точно ноченька осенняя.
И встаешь, молчишь.
Ни слова ей, только горе закипит в груди, только горе закипит в груди, и слезами она скажется, только горе закипит в груди, и слезами она скажется.
We're not sure the history of this next song, but understand that it's been part of various men's choirs for quite some time. It tells about a coachman lamenting that the one he loves is not with him. The men of the Grand Forks Community Doukhobor Choir sing, I Lived in the City of Odessa, Żylia w Gorodzie Odessy, led by Rob Ogloff.
Żylia w Gorodzie Odessy, tam dziewczonku ja lubił, tam stubaczyczka ja w mieście, tam w traktyре чая пил, я вам скажу один секрет, кого люблю, ее здесь нет, кого-то нет, кого-то жаль, кому-то сердцем мчится, да кого-то нет, кого-то жаль, кому-то сердцем мчится вдаль, мчится вдаль. По дороге зимней скучной тройка борзая бежит, колокольчик однозвучный, благовестно гремит, я вам скажу один секрет, кого люблю, ее здесь нет, кого-то нет, кого-то жаль, кому-то сердце мчится, да кого-то нет, кого-то жаль, кому-то сердце мчится, вдаль, мчится вдаль. Уж вы кони, мои кони, мчите сокола быстрей, не теряйте дни золотые, их немного в жизни, все я вам скажу один секрет, кого люблю, ее здесь нет, кого-то нет, кого-то жаль, кому-то сердце мчится, да кого-то нет, кого-то жаль, кому-то сердце мчится, вдаль, мчится вдаль. Не пиши мне, милая, письми, не диктуй любовно слов, не трагедии на бумагу. У нас закончилась любовь, я вам скажу один секрет, кого люблю, ее здесь нет, кого-то нет, кого-то жаль, кому-то сердце мчится, вдаль, кого-то нет, кого-то жаль, кому-то сердце мчится, вдаль, мчится
Where have all the flowers gone? A beautiful folk song that talks about the sadness and futility of war. This song was composed by Pete Seeger in the 1950s and has been performed by many artists over the decades, including Peter, Paul and Mary, the Kingston Trio, Roy Orbison, Vera Lynn, and now Rob Ogloff accompanies the Grand Forks Community Doukhobor Choir.
Where have all the flowers gone?
much to the Grand Forks Community Duke Award Choir.
Born in Grand Forks, Billy Cherniff enjoyed years of experience and adventure that took him throughout North America, from the oil fields of Alberta to the rodeo grounds of Oregon and Nevada, to the recording studios of Nashville, Tennessee. Now, this award-winning artist has come back home to Grand Forks, and we are so very pleased he's here with us tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Billy Cherniff.
This is just the right size of living room. Look at this, you guys are just like a... So, 3 songs, a couple new ones. Ah, that's nice, okay. And an oldie. Here's a song called Stumble Stones. Children sitting in a marketplace, one throws a stone, the other makes a face, tripping on stumbled stones, on their way back home. Wisdom justified by deeds, she's just watching you sow your seeds, tripping on stumbled stones, on your way back home. Way of the just is upright and straight. Put feet to your prayers and live by faith. Watch out for stumble stones on your way back home. Honey, sweet lies mystify your eyes, building castles while the rivers run dry, tripping on stumbled stones, on your way back home. Leaving a couple sitting on the fence, betting a nickel against 5 cents, tripping on stumble stones on their way back home. Be as wise as a serpent, gentle as a dove, fast as a fox on the wings of love. Watch out for stumble stones on your way back home. Like children sick in a marketplace, one throws a stone, the other makes a face, tripping on stumble stones on their way back home. Oh, watch out for those stumble stones on your way back home. Thank you very much. This song kind of special in a way because it comes out of this heritage for me, called All Roads Lead to You. Here I am, Lord, on the road again. This old road feels like an old forgotten friend. All the roads that I've traveled and how fast the years they flew, I've come to understand all roads lead to you. From a backwoods country prayer home, singing in the choir, blending in with voices of heavenly desire. Just a child barely 7, singing songs of heaven, and words coming down like an all-consuming fire. Here I am, Lord, on the road again. This old road feels like an old forgotten friend. All the roads that I've traveled, how fast the years they flew, I've come to understand all roads lead to you. By your grace, Lord, all roads lead to you. I've taken the high road, I've taken the low, been in and out of places where angels fear to go. Stranded and stoned, it cut just like a knife. At every lonely roadside there's a minefield of life. Here I am, Lord, on the road again. This old road feels like an old forgotten friend. All the roads that I've traveled, and how fast the years they flew, I've come to understand all roads lead to you. By your grace, Lord, all roads lead to you. Well, I wasn't going to do the song originally, but when they offered me to come do a couple songs, but I guess we had requests for it, and it was recorded in December of '69, actually, to Murray Tom Ray. It came out in June. It came out in June of '70. So, and through the years, I've always introduced it as my stuttering, okay, how I used to say it, the song about that poor Saskatchewan wheat farmer with a speech impediment, right? Tommy went a walking down to the field, boo-boo-wee, to mow his wheat, boo-boo-wee. When a snake bit his heel, boo-boo-wee, to Tom Ray. Tommy said, Dad, boo-boo-wee, please get my gal Sal, boo-boo-wee. I'm gonna die, boo-boo-wee. And I know I shall, well, to Murray, Tom Ray. Well, Sally said, Tom, go on, why did you go, down to the field, to watch your wheat grow, to Murray, Tom Ray. Tommy said, Sal, well, why don't you know, when the wheat gets ripe, it's gotta be mowed, to Murray, Tom Ray. Well, Tommy did die, and to heaven did go, didn't mow his wheat, 'cause they laid him low, to Murray, Tom Ray. Well, Tommy did die, and to heaven did go, he didn't mow his wheat, 'cause they laid him low, to Murray, Tom Ray. Well, that's 3 songs. I think I'm done, so I'm gonna thank you. And what a nice outing. You guys picked a good night to come, and it's really good. And I was happy to sing a couple songs for you. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Billy, for joining us tonight. It has been a very special treat to have you here.
The Kootenai Men's Choir is quite simply a pillar in our Doukhobor community. These gentlemen have been entertaining us for many years, both as a standalone group and as part of the remarkable tri-choir. They are mainstays not only at Doukhobor events, but also at events and activities throughout the region. Just over a year ago, the choir achieved a historical first by selecting the very talented Elsie Campbell as their first female choir director. Well, as they say, in front of every group of good men, there's a good woman. please give a warm Grand Forks welcome to the wonderful Kootenai Men's Choir.
Once upon a time there was a village. We would sing a song. Remember how we laughed away the hours, thinking in Grand Forks what we would do. Those were the days, my friend. We thought they'd never end. We'd sing and dance forever and a day. We lived a life we choose. We played and never lose. For we were young and sure to have our way. Ride, 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 ride.
Good evening, Grand Forks.
Yeah, you know, you stop and think about it. The 60s, this is when we were young and enjoying ourselves and thought we knew it all and having our own way. That's almost 60 years ago. And yet, you know, when you're listening to the songs and thinking about it, it seems like day before yesterday. So, time sure has a habit of flying by. Anyway, we did talk about getting dressed up in the clothing of that era, but for some reason, 30-inch waists just don't, you know, the pants don't close. We don't know why. It's just a real mystery to me. Anyway, our first number refers to youthful promises amongst the aromatic white acacias. Billy Akatse, started by Mike Hannigan.
Pastor,
Speaking of youth, a couple were taking their daughter to the hospital for a tonsillectomy. They were talking about the procedure on the way, and the daughter was concerned and asked her, how are they going to keep my mouth open during the surgery? Without hesitation, her father said, they'll give you a cell phone. Our second number is a love song being sung by a young man and his guitar to his girl singing under her window. Nikina Plotch, started by Walter Rozanski.
Nakino plać, gitary podpałою, kilo okno, прилег тишин ночной, не разбужу, я беседу долою, роскошный сон. Краса
We would like to thank the best woman in our Paul Men's choir, Elsa Campbell, our director. It keeps us all in line, which is no easy feat, especially with our hearing problems and our drifting memories. We'd also like to thank Nick Lochtigoth, our accordionist, for his good accordion accompaniment. Nick is always demanded by a number of choirs. Anyway, a man walked into a drugstore and asked the pharmacist if he had anything for hiccups. Without warning, the pharmacist reaches across the counter and smacks the guy on the shoulder and asks, "Did that help?" "I don't know," said the customer. I'll have to go ask my wife. She has the hiccups and is waiting in the car." Our final number is Coming as Spring, and when spring comes, the world comes alive. Zion Pilsen was Bewein is led by Walter Kenny.
Destiny was behind.
Hero
anyway, that was our final number, but we would like to invite everyone here to the Kootenai Men's Bita Hebig on Sunday, April 7th at the Brilliant Cultural Center, 12 noon to 3 p.m. See you there. You can either come and bake the pita here or enjoy the pita, whatever is your pleasure. Thank you so much for your attention.
Thank you so much to the Kootenai Men's Choir for yet another stellar performance. We are so grateful that you make the trek over the pass every year to grace us with your presence here in Grand Forks. We wish you a safe journey home tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll bring our evening to a close by singing Life is Worth Living, led by Bill Pepin. After that, continuing our Happy Days theme, we invite you to join us downstairs for some retro snacks. You're most welcome to use the ramp to go downstairs. Simply go out the front door and turn to your right. Please proceed towards the east side of the hall to take your places. Thank you once again, everyone, for joining us tonight.
That's all, folks.